The million-dollar question we're going to answer in this video is, what can we do to stop this abusive behavior? Why do we fight with a loved one? And more importantly, why do we hurt the people that are the closest to us? The sad fact is that we all do this from time to time. And if we, on a regular basis, scream and shout at somebody, or we smack a child or even a partner out of frustration, we could be labeled as being abusive. And that's me included, because I have done things that I have hurt the people closest to me. The million-dollar question we're going to answer in this video is, what can we do to stop this abusive behavior? Now, the police and the politicians have a way of dealing with it. What they will say is,
and we are going to support the victims, give them everything that they need, and then the perpetrators, we are going to give them the full might of the law.
but this doesn't work. Why not? Well, let's first understand of why we hurt others. Did you know that there is something more infectious and more dangerous than the worst virus that we know? Do you want to know what that is? It's called hurt. You see, hurt people hurt people. As Brené Brown says it so perfectly, we are way better at inflicting pain on others than dealing with our own pain. And we are all infected with that pain, and many of us don't know how to deal with that pain effectively. So how do we get infected? It can be a simple thing. Somebody said something or did something that we didn't like, and we feel hurt. Now we've got this hurt and we don't know what to do with it, and so we pass it on to somebody else. But what we don't realize is that actually we still have some of it ourselves. It's the same as with a virus. When we infect somebody else, they have it and we still have it too. Now we feel bad because we've hurt somebody. And on top of that, we start feeling guilty. We might feel shame, embarrassment, and so that pain ball grows. And if we do it often enough, it grows even more. So now we walk around with this big pain ball that is filled with hurt, resentment, bitterness, and other emotions that make us feel bad. And it's highly toxic. And it also makes us very unsafe, because now we experience life as being a dangerous place, because we just get hurt all the time. When we feel unsafe, our body goes into survival mode. It prepares for fight and flight. It draws blood away from the non-essential functions of the body to send to the arms and legs so that we can fight and flight. And then we operate from survival brain. This means that our ability to put things in perspective is out the window, because our prefrontal cortex, where our wisdom lies, switches off up to 85%. And once that is out the window, we cannot regulate our own behavior. We get in this zone of lashing out to protect ourselves. And any threat that was made to us by somebody somewhere in our past doesn't feature. We are just in that moment ready to defend ourselves. And then later, when we calm down and we come back to our senses, we realize what we've done and how we've hurt somebody around us. And then we feel worse. We feel terrible. And we apologize profusely and promise we'll never do it again. As long as we have that pain ball, somebody's going to push on it, it's going to hurt, and we're going to explode again. We can only stop this cycle of hurt by dealing with the pain ball in an effective manner. Can you relate to what I'm saying? Can you understand your own behavior a bit better now? then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the notification bell so that you will be informed when we release our next video. So what solution will work? We can start by realizing that the person that is lashing out is hurting. So if we're the one that is lashing out, we are hurting. And why are we hurting is that we have unresolved trauma from our past. We carry that in our pain ball, and then somebody bumps it and we explode. And research has shown that when a child is exposed to abuse, verbally or emotionally or any other form of abuse, they are way more likely to be perpetrators of abuse or victims of abuse as they grow into an adult. So if we can learn how to deal with our pain and teach our children how to deal with their pain, we can stop this cycle of passing hurt on from person to person, from generation to generation. Many years ago, I was married to my late husband. He and I were soulmates. We loved each other very, very much. We were both pig-headed and stubborn people. And I used to say, I don't know what makes my husband tick, but I for sure know what makes him explode. My husband grew up in a home with a domineering mother and an alcoholic father. And he witnessed how his mother often humiliated his father in public. And he vowed to himself that he would never, ever let a woman dominate him so that he wouldn't be humiliated like his father was. Then I came along, strong-headed, pig-headed, stubborn, and we would have arguments. It would push his pain button and he would be so explosive. And those arguments were not always pretty. One big disclaimer, I don't condone any abusive, painful, or hurting behavior in any way. The fact of life is that it happens. The fact of life is that we need to understand why it happens so that we can do something about it. That doesn't mean to say we have to approve it. If we're the one that is being hurtful to others, it's important that we learn how to forgive ourselves and how to get rid of that pain ball. So how can we get rid of that pain ball? It's important that we allow ourselves to feel that pain, that we embrace it, that we hold on to it, not dwell on it, that we just feel the physical sensation of the hurt. And as we accept it, it actually starts to disappear and we're letting go of it without passing it on to somebody else. If you regularly lash out at your loved ones, you need help. Hurting others is not going to stop by itself. Apologizing is not going to prevent it from happening again. Because if you have a pain ball, somebody, especially if they're in your family, they're going to find it on purpose or accidentally, and they're going to push it. And then there is going to be this big explosion again. This is why it's vital that you learn how to let go of that pain ball without passing it on to others, so that you stop exploding when somebody says something or looks at you in a certain way. I can support you in your healing journey. And the first thing you can do is click on the link in the description below that will take you to a website that will give you tips on how to tame the temper in yourself and others. And there are many other things I can do to support you in your healing journey so that you too can stop fighting and hurting your loved ones. Yeah, this chicken goes with my outfit. And this is how I have prepared for my video. Thank you for being part of this recording.